Labdien, cienījamās dāmas un godātie kungi! Kā jau minēju, es pārstāvu SIA Solution, un mūsu uzņēmums Latvijas tirgū strādā jau no 1995. gada, un mēs nodarbojamies ar apģērbu šūšanu. Un, respektīvi, sākotnēji mēs sniedzām apģērbu šūšanas pakalpojumus Beļģijas un Anglijas tirgumu, un laika gaitā mēs esam iekarojuši Francijas tirgu, un tagad jau, kā minēja, apmēram 70% no mūsu sniegtajiem pakalpojumiem ir tieši Francijas apģērbu ražotāju firmām. Nu, sākotnēji, kad mēs sākām strādāt 90. gadu vidū, tad, protams, mūsu pakalpojums aprobežojas tikai ar transportēšanu, materiālu transportēšanu uz Latviju, šūšanu un gatavās produkcijas nogādāšanu atpakaļ pasūtītājiem. Bet tā kā Latvija nav no tām lētākajām zemēm un darba izmaksas salīdzinoši ar citām valstīm bija salīdzinoši augstas, arī mēs meklējām iespējas sadarbībai un kā palielināt šo pievienoto vērtību. Un mēs esam nonākuši līdz tādai stadijai, kad mēs esam saviem Rietum Eiropas firmu klientiem, esam kā rūpniecības partneri. Tas nozīmē, dizains un galveno varbūt materiālu iegāde ir pasūtītāja ziņā, kā arī produkcijas pārdošana. Bet vispārējais, kas ir saistīts ar ražošanu, tehniskā sagatavošana, pat modeļu izstrādāšana, tas viss ir mūsu pārziņā, un tādā veidā mūsu tā sadarbība ir kļuvusi ļoti cieša un tāda, kontaktēšanās notiek ikdienā. Un šai sakarā gribu atzīmēt tieši īpatnības, varbūt kādas ir ar, Francijas tirgu. Jā, francūži kā, tādas radoši cilvēki un mākslinieciski, viņiem varbūt nav, vismaz mūsu jomā, uzņēmumos varbūt nav tāda kārtība, tāda organizētība, kā būtu Vācijas uzņēmumiem, un tāpēc varbūt tās, ja arī viņi sūta materiālus un kaut ko gatavo, tad, ir lietas, kas trūkst, kas varbūt, ka būs vēlāk, varbūt kaut kur ir piemirstas. Bet mēs no savas puses atkal esam uzņēmušies šo it kā kontroli un to palīdzību, un tādā veidā mums tā sadarbība izveidojas, ikdienā. Un jo cieši sadarbība arī izveidojas, veidojot konstrukcijas, mēs no daudziem franču pasūtītājiem saņemam tikai skices līmenī zīmējumus, pēc kuriem tad mums ir no attiecīgā auduma, ko pasūtītājs ir izvēlējies, ir jāizstrādā tas gala rezultāts, tas gala izstrādājums. Sadarbība ir ļoti interesanta, un tā kā apģērba ražošana tieši jau Francijā vai arī jebkurā Rietuma Eiropas valstī, faktiski jau nenotiek gadiem vai gadsimtiem, tad viņiem ir speciālisti ļoti spēcīgi dizainā, visā komerces tajā daļā, bet varbūt mazāk tajā tehniskajā pusē, jo principā, ja nav šūšanas, tad arī varbūt vairs jaunatne nemācās tik daudz tieši to tehnoloģiju, un tāpēc mēs varam viņiem palīdzēt, un tāpēc šī sadarbība ir tāda, appusēja. Sniedzot pakalpojumus, protams, ir viens tāds mīnus, ka mums ir jāņem vērā daudzi faktori, kas nav no mums atkarīgi, kas ir atkarīgi varbūt no pasūtītāja un varbūt arī no audumu piegādātājiem un pārējiem. Jo mēs jau, mūsu uzdevums ir saulaicīgi nosūtīt produkciju savam pasūtītājam. Lai tas tā arī būtu, tad mums ir ļoti stingri jāskatās, lai mēs operatīvu visu organizētu, lai arī modeļi būtu sagatavoti saulaicīgi, un kā mēs saņemam tos materiālus, lai mēs arī varētu sākt ražošanu un izpildīt pasūtījumu saulēcīgi. Jo, man liekas, apģērba ražošana ir viena no nozarēm, kur ir ļoti tādi ierobežoti termiņš laika ziņā, jo visi mēs zinām, ir pavasaris, rudens, ziema un vasara, un mums veikalos gribās redzēt produkciju saulēcīgi, ja uzspīd saulīt, tad produkcijai jau vasaras kleitām un vasaras izstrādājumiem jābūt ir veikalā. Un ja kaut kas tiek nokavēts, tad jau tas nozīmē, ka zaudē gan pasūtītājs, gan visi pārējie, jo rudenī neviens vairs nepirks vasaras izstrādājums. Un otra tāda būtiska iezīme, kas ietekmē mūsu nozari, ir arī laika apstākļi. Ja, piemēram, šajā vasarā bija ļoti vēla un vēsa vasara Rietumē Eiropā, tad līdz ar to arī mūsu pasūtītiem tā produkcijas noiets bija mazāks, tas nozīmē, ka tā sezona bija sliktāka. Bet tas ir laikam visur, un ar to ir jāsamierinās, un tāpēc ir, jāskatās uz priekšu, kādā veidā mēs varam visu to operatīvi risināt, lai gala rezultāts, lai produkcija veiklos nonāktu saulēcīgi. Tas ir varbūt tas mīnus, ja tu, piemēram, ražo savu produkciju, tu varbūt, ka vari saplānot citādāk, kad tiks veikta ražošana, kad tiks varbūt arī sagatavoti, pasūtījumi, bet šai ziņā mēs esam tā kā starp posms, mēs atrodamies starp pasūtītāju un atkal starp pasūtītāju no otras puses, jo mums ir jāpiegādā produkcija saulēcīgi. Tad varbūt sīkāk par biznesa komerciālo pusi un kultūru un ētikas jautājumiem jums pastāstīs Čārlijs Mels, viņš ir valdes priekšsēdētājs, viņam ir liela pieredze, viņš ir pats no Beļģijas, un tāda saikne ir cieši izveidojusies ar Franciju, un ļoti daudzi kontakti, kas mums ir radušies, ir tieši personīgi kontaktu rezultātā.
I think Ginta's Latvian is much better than mine, so I will stick of giving you my explanation in English, if you don't mind. I think Ginta, my partner, made the introduction and explanation of what is the activity of solutions as for the last nearly 20 years. And I would like to add to this that being an industrial partner nowadays in Eastern or Northeastern or Central Europe is basically very similar, meaning that for the customer in the West, let's say for French clients, they don't make so much difference in which country they will produce something. They will define it by the quality of the company with whom they work, about the facility of communications, and of course about competitivity in price and services. So the companies with whom we are working are quite big. They have an average never less than 100 stores, and so they are buying all over the world. And when they produce in Europe, they can produce in Romania, in Ukraine, in any country. So it's very important when you want to keep this market, as long as we are keeping it for so many years. And I don't think there are many companies in Latvia that are doing exactly the same work as we are doing. Is really based on the quality of the service and the capacities the company has to provide exactly what these companies need. And of course, these needs are changing. They are evaluating with the situation. with better times and more difficult times. So that was something very important. From the commercial point of view, when you want to enter a market in Western Europe and in France, basically it's not such a big difference. There are small differences. You have to target first, what is your market? With whom are you going to work? Are you going to work directly with retailers? Are you going to work with importers? Are you going to work with a wholesaler? Are you going to take an agent? And this is, I think, one of the first things that you need to do, and it is very much depending on what kind of product you are selling. In our case, let's say, we have, I do myself most of the commercial part, the contact with the clients. But I also have someone in Paris, because in our branch we have this facility that most of the buying offices are located in Paris. And I have someone in Paris, an agent, that is all the time going to people to talk, because maybe this is something specific in France, is that people like to see you and to talk to you and, to remember you. It's not good when they don't see you for a long period. They might, because they get a lot of people coming into their office every day, every week with new proposals. So if you are too long without contact, you just might lose it. So working with the retail organization, who are producing, they are producing their own brands. As Ginta said, we are making the styles that the companies need. So we work according to their needs. And the advantage of working today with the retailers, and I also personally believe that this is really the future, is that they want to have the best price, and they are convinced that by not having too many or no between person, they will get the best price. And for us as a supplier, it also has the facility that we deal directly with the company who's selling to the consumer. And I think this is a modern way of working, that you need to really to be in contact with the company who is distributing directly the product. Having an agent, I think for a Latvian company is very important. It's necessary to have someone that has a real introduction, because the contacts are very important. The contacts are 50% of the commercial job. I've been doing this work for many years, and automatically one contact brings the others, and you have a lot of situation that one buyer is leaving one company, is going to another company whom you might not be working, and automatically, if they are satisfied with your service, they might contact you. So this part of communication and contact is very important. The French companies, and probably also the other companies in Western Europe, are very sensitive on your reactivity. You send the mail at 7, at 7:02 they would like to get some answer back. Even if you don't always have this answer, but you at least need to show that you are always in contact. And it is becoming more and more the trend. There is a little reason for this, I think personally, is that, of course, the people who deal with the production are not in production. They are managing programs, and they are behind their screens, and it's their job. They are not like us factory people who need to go to factories, who need to control, need to do this. So this is very important, the reactivity and the flexibility. This also comes due to market situation. Market situation in Western Europe and in France is difficult now. It's difficult times to start something. So when you come with a product today on the market, you need to have either something special that they are really looking, or you need to have the best possible price, because the competition is very high, and the demand is not high enough at this moment. There is, like in all Europe, there is less consumption and less demand and more shop. There is, I mean, you know, if you see now in Latvia, you have the group Inditex with Zara and so you can see the same stores in every city in Europe with the same garments, the same collection. So you always need to find your niche within this kind of organization, unless you have something very specific that is a specialization of Latvia, which they might not be able to find somewhere else. As I understand, in the wood and construction of the house and all this, I mean, maybe the market of construction is not as big as the production market for garments. Of course, you need to be sharp on your quality and on your deliveries. And again, it also depends which kind of company you are working. We are specialized in medium, high type of garments for the simple reason that today in Latvia we cannot produce cheap. That's point number one. So like 15 years ago, no, maybe 10 years ago, we decided to concentrate only on the better types of product and not to get involved anymore in cheaper production, which of course moved all to the Far East and to cheaper labor countries. At the same time, we today are producing more than half of our production outside the country, because as Ginta probably explained, that the workforce, it's a intensive workforce kind of business in which we are, and that it is hard to find workers for factory nowadays in the country. It's also one very important point. It's you need to always to discuss and to know about the company with whom you work financially. If they are strong, they can be big and bad payers. They can be medium and good payers. So it's very, very important to define, to discuss, to negotiate all these things when you start to work with the companies, because let's say in France there is still, I don't think there are many countries in Europe who are using this, as still a system of accepted draft, les traites. You know what's accepted draft is? Like promise of payments, documents. I don't know, you know the Latvian word for this? Yeah, Wechsel. Wechsels it's called, yeah. And it's very popular in France. And of course we don't use it because the banks in Latvia do not accept this kind of documents. So these are details which are important to know and that you will maybe encounter when you will start to work with French companies. The general contact or ethics, or I think it's not a problem. Today, in most of companies in France, the buyers are speaking English. The young generation is speaking English. I remember maybe 15 years ago it was maybe a little bit more difficult, but nowadays I think it's no problem. Also, I can see that the Baltic states and Latvia and Riga is very well known and very well accepted. I think all these things where we had to fight a little bit for in the 90s are over now. You can easily enter if you have the contacts and if you have the right product. You can easily go into the companies. They will accept you easily. I don't think there is any barrier to entering the companies today. So basically, from the commercial point of view, that is the main things that I can tell you. If you have any questions you would like more precise to ask me, I'll be glad to answer you if I can. But yes.
Why and when you started in Daugavpils?
Why? Well, it's very easy. When I started in Latvia, It was, when I came first time here, it was 93, and started to produce for a Belgian company. And the factory with whom I was working was the Rigas Drebnieks. It was the biggest factory of Latvia. Latvia Fabrika was the biggest factory of the country. And that's also where I met my partner, because she was one of the vice presidents of this factory. And we were increasing this production quite quickly, because it was very good quality and we were satisfied, my customers were satisfied. And they had the satellites. They had like 5 or 6 branches in different places in the country. And when they came this period of changements and reorganization, the factory in Daugavpils was made independent. And 50% of the production that was made in Daugavpils was already for our company, Solutions. And a little bit later, as this company was, let's say, managed in a poor way and with not a lot of financial possibilities, they were working for a German company and for Solutions. They asked us to take over this company. And it was, first it was an opportunity, because they were already producing a lot for our company, so they knew our product very well. At that time, there were nearly 300 people working there, so it was a very good potential for us. So after quite a long negotiation, because Daugavpils is not always easy to to negotiate with the city and all these things, but with a lot of perseverance we managed. And so in 2001 we took over the whole factory and 100% of the production for our business. So Daugavpils was there. Today Daugavpils is more difficult, because there is a question of workforce. There are much less workforce as it used to be. No?
Then I will allow myself to pose one question.
Ask me how old I am.
When I go to France or to Paris, which kind of brands or shops should I search to find the product where I can read "Made in Latvia"? Because I'm very much pleased to have a product or a sweater or a skirt or dress found in a shop abroad. And if I read "Made in Latvia", I'm very proud and very pleased. So where should we go in Paris to shop, to see and to check whether there is a label "Made in Latvia"?
First, I don't know if there are textile manufacturers in this room, because I'm not planning to give all the names of our customers, but I will be glad to give it to you privately as much as you like. But we are selling to bigger brands like, maybe you know the group Sandro Mage. Do you know this brand, Sandro and Mage? They belong to the group LVMH, Louis Vuitton, and this company has about 300 stores. So you have companies like a famous designer, Vanessa Bruno. Maybe you heard about them. So this is the kind of clients we have, and of course many others. And when you go to these stores, and these garments were made here in Latvia, then it is written "Made in Latvia." But of course, sometimes we produce in Belarus, and we have also a company in Macedonia, our own factory. So then, in this case, it's written in which country it's produced, of